down through the center of this person's mass, up the sky, down to the center of the planet. That's the mother line. The center line starts out as a plane or a wall or a sheet of glass, if you will, directly between your eyes, all the way along that same imaginary line out to infinity.
So as I progress in my Kung Fu, and my Sifu explained it to me, it's a correlation between me and my opponent, the distance between myself and the opponent, and the connection between myself and the opponent. So therefore seeking a bridge. That bridge can be the arms, the legs, whatever comes before you.
Q is teaching you how to protect your center line while moving your horse, while staying in your horse. And you won't have that horse unless you are doing your swimming time.
You have to reference the form with the Kung Fu. Maybe you play some San Sao, and you could be very good in San Sao doing Paka, but then it doesn't really, you don't see the relationship with it in your Chi Sao. So we have what we call structure, right? Broken structure, then no structure. So kind of the message, I believe, that Wing Chun is trying to tell us, that we have to reach freedom of expression. You have to understand the Kung Fu. You train so hard to understand where your hands are on the center line. And now, you kind of have a more free way of doing that. See? So I'm pulling and sending out. So again, I'm here, pull, and send out. Of course, in application, I'm able to move. In my form, I'm not moving, but if I'm not moving, what would I use to train? I'll use my hip.
Thank my brothers, because without you guys, I wouldn't be here. I learned as much from you as you from me. I guess what's left to be said is I love you guys. Let's distinguish between a drill and an exercise. A drill creates very specific reaction to a particular circumstance. But that's not what we want. What we want is the appropriate movement to a particular circumstances, and the processes are quite different. But think about, pull that one back when you release that. You see the power? Yeah. So, before you Yachi Chong Choi, now this one, pull back. That's the difference if you really study the retracting hand, which we call the replacement hand. And you're correct. Before, I just pulled this back. Therefore, he feels the lack of energy, knowing something's coming down the pipe. But I don't move this hand. This one go. And then the last moment, I drop it. That gives his brain very little stimuli.
It kind of caught its own rhythm, its own excitement. And of course, I'm nervous because if you know his background and his history, first, he's very famous. Second, he is very busy. And this is Tallahassee. But he graciously accepted. So not only is he famous, not only is he recognized for his martial arts, but he has a humble spirit, and I'm very appreciative that he took the time to come down here today to present to you the subject on the John. So let's give a round of applause for John.
I left Hong Kong 1969 to England. And I've been in England for a couple of years, and teaching is also working. And then I moved to Toronto since 1984. Right now, this year, 2025, 50 years I've been teaching in Toronto. So it means I'm old enough. The first 2 sessions is like this. A lot of argument or dispute with this. Most people like to do it. I said it's wrong. Why? Because you try to make Mukjong to control you. This what? Ong San, I lost my balance.
Yeah.
I leaned forward.
Yeah.
But in reality, this already did it. The other side, the same. Few things we have to put attention. You cannot fei zhang. This is like a not pour down, but rest energy. And this talks out. Most people, to make the sound louder, it's wrong. This. I dedicate myself to the Wing Chun for my whole life. Okay? I know what I'm talking about. Then they shut up. Okay? One day when you see the Wing Chun curriculum come out, you say, Sunny Tang, put some work in you. Then I'm happy. I'm still alive.